How's it, everybody? Just a short presentation of some ideas about how we're going to cope once we get out of lockdown. All of us who are running businesses or own businesses and practices and consultancies are wondering how on earth we're going to overcome the difficulties that are sure to approach us as we go down the road. This is a brand new beginning, and I think this has changed most people probably forever. The good news is we always have choices. The question is, which choice will we take? We believe that there's one of two ways to set forth in building our businesses and getting back to where we were before the lockdown. First choice we have to boost our business, we could hire extra staff, extra salespeople, or we could automate. Employing more salespeople is probably the more traditional and easy route that most people will follow, but this comes with its own costs. Things like salaries, car, mobile phones, data, commissions, the cost of office, leave pay, etc. And that is the time between a salesperson starting and becoming profitable, during which time they would need a period of time where they're going to be learning, training, studying. Usually during this period, they're not bringing in the money. Good news is that with good training and with good choice of salespeople, this process may not be too long. It still, however, has an unavoidable consequence of costing time and money, which is impossible to overcome. The question is how much time and therefore how much money. Assuming that everything goes well and the salespeople are brought up to speed and they're quite sharp and they're motivated and they do everything that they're supposed to do, option one, although there's a big cash outlay and there's a time lag at the beginning, this option is actually not such a bad option, because ultimately you would have achieved what you wanted to achieve in the first place, which is bringing in more sales, more business, and more profit. We all have to ask ourselves, if we employ more people, what will that cost actually be? Can we pay that cost? Do we have the reserves to do so? And how long will it take before we can turn a profit? If this is a hurdle too big for you, well, then the next thing is just, what are your other options? In the beginning we mentioned automation. Well, there are other options as well, but for the purpose of this presentation, we'd just like to look at optimizing your business through automation. We've got an idea which we've used and implemented ourselves to a degree before lockdown, and going forward it's going to be 100% of our focus in our businesses in the future. Would you be willing at this point to look at something that either for yourself or your clients would help do some of the stuff that presently or in the past was costing you a lot of time and money and inhibiting you in getting to where you really wanted to be in terms of your growth and your profit? Again, like we said, optimization of a business invariably is going to include automation. Just a side note here, prior to the lockdown, a lot of people who weren't very tech savvy have suddenly become fairly tech savvy now because they had to. Now, if we are leading businesses and running business and owning businesses, we should be leading from the front. And if you've been reluctant in the past to embrace technology digital platforms and automation, it might be a good idea right now to look at that as being your savior. It will take work, it will take time, and it will take some learning. But once it's done, the benefits are enormous. Obviously, fully automated systems are what we ultimately would want. However, getting there in one step is sometimes an impossibility, and in any event is never that easy. There's many components to this automation. There's admin, there's accounting, there's sales, there's record keeping, there's your CRM, there's automation with your keeping in touch with your prospects and your clients. The point is, all of these aspects can be automated, and they can all be tied together into a central system. Once this is done, it will save you hours upon hours in your business, which relates to more time spent on things that can bring you more profits and control your business better. Automation also keeps running every minute of every day of the week, every week of the year. Employees, automated systems don't cost you money. They don't need training. Essentially, these things work for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks per year. Look at some of the options that you can employ and that you can help your clients by encouraging them to look at some of these options. Keep your eye on your inbox, and we'll drop you that video in due course. And as always with anybody with a YouTube channel, by now you know, we'd really appreciate you hitting a like and subscribing, as this helps with more people seeing the videos. Thank you very much, and have a great day.